Hmm. Good. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet today. Ain't no funny. I've also had updates with my drivers a couple times today. Windows itself a few times. We're almost done here. And then I'm going to take a nap.
No, Kemp's a Republican. All right, sorry for digressing a few times. This is a response to your January 24th, 2025 request for an extension to the cost share waiver under the Major Disaster FEMA-4830-DR that was declared on September 30th, 2024 due to Hurricane Helene. You specifically requested an extension of the 100% federal cost share for the debris removal and emergency protective measures, including direct federal assistance to 180 days, and you reiterated your request for an increase in the federal cost share for permanent work to 90%. Based on our review of all the information available, it has been determined that the increased level of funding you have requested for major disaster FEMA-4830-DR is not warranted. Therefore, I must inform you that your request for an extension of the period of 100% federal funding for debris removal and emergency protective measures, including direct federal assistance to 180
Hi,
days,
Howard.
is denied.
I'm tired now. Freaking, I've had some technical issues. Good portion of the day. It's been fun. Otherwise, good conversation with somebody who doesn't really see as big pictures as we do. Hey, for me, it's just another day. Thank you. Whenever I don't have a partner, it's just another day for me. Oh, it's finished up and hope I can put the lid on this stream set.
Really, they're denying debris removal in Georgia after a freaking hurricane. And by the way, this is what the people are voting for. Not everybody, but they're voting to literally stop the government from helping clean up the debris that's caused by a hurricane. And yeah, of course, a lot of workers voted for Donald Trump, and we were warning them, the leopards are going to eat your face. Ford's CEO is talking about how Donald Trump's tariffs or threatened tariffs.
The leopards aren't eating their faces. The hyenas are eating their ass. Well, us lions are walking by and they're bitching about what we doing. Saying we eat them. It's different.
And just the chaos that's being caused is likely to cause mass layoffs within Ford and other auto manufacturers. Ford, for example, has a $35 billion exposure based on the potential tariffs between finished vehicles and parts that move from Mexico and Canada into the United States. They're researching what they can do, but the fact that Trump keeps threatening and then changing his mind, threatening and then imposing it, you never know what he's going to do. That uncertainty is causing a situation where, Ford doesn't know how it can handle its assembly lines, where it should be building, and ultimately that likely means mass layoffs. What we're hearing as well now with all of these headlines is a recession now seems like a possibility, as we're seeing in the UK's Telegraph. The world is underestimating the risk of a U.S. recession. Protectionism threatens to fuel inflation, push up interest rates, and end the bull run in equity markets. This is from Inc. How Trump could cause a recession, Trump's tantrums. It's killing jobs, raising prices, and stifling investments. It's not a good environment for innovation. You think? How about this one from Housing Wire? Will higher inflation and mortgage rates create a recession? Construction workers are key to every recession. And it goes on to talk about how the consumer price index came in with inflation higher than expected this week. Goes on to say how a lot of this is symptomatic of a potential recession looming. Just look at the chart right here. Inflation surged in Donald Trump's first month of the inflation report, and Trump's policies were just first starting. We economists expected maybe you'd start to see in April or May. It's picking up earlier than people expected. Wait until we find out about the devastating impact that's going to be caused by Canada's boycott on the United States of America. Boycott of boycott of all products. We have a lot of Canadian viewers. I know that you don't buy American and you don't travel to the U.S. And if you have property here, you're dumping it and you're not re-upping your rental properties. And it wasn't all that long ago we would see headlines like this from Yahoo Finance back in October of 2024. Biden's grade on the economy jumps to an A. Since July, the Biden economy's improved 2 notches on the Yahoo Finance Biden economics report card, or made B+ to a solid A. It's really, Biden had 16.2, 16.4 million
Decent,
jobs,
record
low
body.
unemployment. Former President Biden got inflation under control with the Inflation Reduction Act. Over 40,000 infrastructure projects that were going up. Biden left a booming manufacturing economy as well, bottom up, middle out. Trump came in and just literally gutted. I've told you about Trump's budget, right? I mean, you've seen the budget analysis. $880 billion in Medicaid cuts, about $340 billion in education cuts, about $250 billion in agriculture cuts. But don't worry, everybody, because I'm sure everybody's a freaking deca-billionaire, right? You're all billionaires. I'm getting facetious, of course. Well, the billionaires get a $4.5 trillion tax cut, while they make up a $50 million Hamas condom bombs and just BS like that to get, the masses all worked up while the billionaires are literally looting. I was speaking about agriculture. Take a look at what's going on in Wisconsin. Wisconsin farmer groups feel the impact of the Trump administration.
It's just another day.
A pause on foreign food aid conservation projects creates uncertainty for farms ahead of planting seasons. It goes on to say about 41% of the food aid provided by USAID is purchased from American farmers, according to the Washington Post. The fact that those funds were halted is devastating to our farmers. And so, one of the things that the Trump administration did during the first administration with their trade war losses to China and others is that they created a situation where China was getting its agricultural produce from other areas, becoming more reliant on Brazil and not purchasing from United States farmers. And so former President Biden and others recognized that, through this USAID program and others, it was a way to actually help American farmers too. And now Donald Trump has gutted that. I mean, and even when Donald Trump says something like he's going to just get rid of the penny, I think the penny was manufactured in a Republican town. And Donald Trump screwed them over, put them all out of jobs as well. And one of the interesting things is that, despite the corporate media not wanting to report on this, I mean, people are freaking taking their data and personal stuff. Now, you get a different view if you look on Twitter, which is controlled by Elon Musk. Which, because he controls the algorithm. But you talk to people, don't want billionaires to get access to their private medical records, their tax documents, their social security numbers. We want billionaires to have access to that. That's crazy stuff. So they can use it for their own purposes. And no, I don't trust billionaires. I mean, just think about it. The Trump line is just trust them. Trust the billionaires. Why wouldn't you trust the billionaires with your private data? Just give it to us. Give it to no one. Give it to you all. We're talking about crazy people. I don't want to give these billionaires any of my data. So people are pissed. They're pissed that prices are going up, and Trump's like, oh, no one cares about prices going up, and housing's less affordable. Interest rates are not going down because of the volatility caused by Donald Trump. Mortgage rates are soaring. And there's a very unstable economic environment right now because of Donald Trump already. And we were having great times under former President Biden. I mean, it's not like, everything was great, but he was putting things under control. And by and large, objectively, I agree with what Yahoo was saying. I mean, it was like an A economy. and lawmakers are finding out how hated Elon Musk is. And, if you were to try to pass a law to allow Doge to do what it's doing, which is the way our country's supposed to work, you know those things called laws? You pass them to the House and the Senate, and then the president signs them and then faithfully executes the laws. You know how that's supposed to work? They wouldn't be able to pass it. They wouldn't be able to pass Doge. That's how unpopular it is. You know, when you see stories like this, it breaks my heart also, though. In Mississippi, for example, the Prentiss County Sheriff's Department talks about how their food giveaway is suspended until further notice. They've been notified by the Mid-South Food Bank that funding has been suspended, and we won't receive any deliveries until otherwise notified. But though it's okay, the billionaires are going to get their $4.5 trillion tax cuts, right? So y'all are all good. Oh, one more thing I want to mention as well. Remember Donald Trump's using this whole pretext, when he signed the transgender ban in sports. Oh, I'm helping women's sports. Look, we gave you the stats. There was less than 9 transgender athletes in the NCAA. Less than 9. There's over 510,000 NCAA athletes, but this was somehow framed as we're saving women's sports. Lie. What was actually happening, and this is what occurred yesterday, Donald Trump's administration gutted former President Biden's Title IX guidance. So now that name, image, and likeness payments can be made to college athletes, which wasn't allowed to happen in the past, former President Biden said under Title IX, women should have to have a rev share and get equal amounts of money from name, image, and likeness, because Title IX is all about women in sports getting equal rights as men in sports and equal access to facilities as men. So what Donald Trump said is that actually my Title IX guidance means that men's sports should get paid more for name, image, and likeness. So now all the revenue is going to go away from women's sports and towards men's college football and men's college basketball, really kind of gutting female sports. So it's actually the most anti-female sports administration imaginable. And this was just done as a way to bully transgender people and to just punch down and bully an already marginalized group. Make people angry about what a backup volleyball player in San Jose State is just trying to insist. While Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the oligarchs are out there screwing you. That's what's going on. Keep you posted every step of the way. Thank you for watching. Thanks for helping us get to 4 million subscribers yesterday.
All right. I'm going to end this and insert the next one. It's about